back in sunshine.
Now, beautiful babes, you may already know that marula oil is great for the skin. I love a good oil that can help soften the skin, support moisture, and give me that beautiful, healthy looking glow. But beautiful babes, today we're not talking about putting marula oil on our face. We're going up here because did you know that you can use marula oil on your hair too? And if you're dealing with dry hair, brittle ends, frizz, dullness, or breakage, this is one oil you may want to know about. If you're trying to grow longer hair, here's something I want you to remember. Growing hair is only part of the equation. You've got to keep the hair you grow. That's where an oil like marula oil may come in handy. Today I'm going to show you what marula oil can do for your hair, how I like to use it, and why I consider it more of a hair retention oil than a miracle hair growth oil. So let's get into it. Marula oil comes from the fruit or kernels of the marula tree, which is native to parts of Africa. It's rich in fatty acids, including oleic acid, and contains antioxidant compounds. What I especially like about oils like this for hair is their ability to work as an emollient. In simple terms, it can help make my hair feel softer and smoother while helping reduce that rough, dry feeling. The first reason I would reach for marula oil is dryness. When my hair feels rough, dry, or like it's missing that softness, I can use just a few drops of marula oil to help condition my strands. Now, here's something important. Oil doesn't actually hydrate dry hair the same way water does. That's why I prefer putting my leave-in or another water-based moisturizing product on first. Then I come behind it with a little marula oil. Think of it like this: moisture first, oil second. I'm using the oil to help seal everything in. Next is the shine. If my hair is looking a little dull or frizzy, I can take 1 or 2 drops, rub them between my palms, and gently smooth the oil over my hair. And notice I said drops. I'm not pouring half the bottle into my hand. We don't want moisturized hair that can't move because I didn't put the whole bottle of oil on it. A little bit goes a long way. This may actually be one of my favorite ways to use marula oil, the ends. Now I'm using it on my granddaughter's hair. She has curly locks that I just love, but it takes some work. Listen, the ends are the oldest part of our hair and they become dry, rough, and fragile. So after moisturizing the hair, I'll take just a tiny amount of marula oil and concentrate it right here on the ends. And if you're trying to retain length, don't ignore those ends, because what good is growing an inch if you're breaking an inch off? Now let's talk about the big question. Does marula oil grow hair? I'm careful with that claim. I haven't seen strong enough evidence showing that marula oil itself makes my hair follicles suddenly start producing hair faster. So I'm not going to tell you that putting marula oil on your scalp is magically going to give you inches and inches of new growth. I prefer to think of marula oil as a hair retention oil. Here's the difference. If I keep my hair conditioned, reduce excessive dryness, protect my ends, and minimize breakage, I have a better chance of retaining the hair that's already growing. And if you're retaining more length, naturally hair can start looking longer, healthier, and fuller over time. Let me show you several ways I can incorporate this oil into my routine. First, I can apply my water-based leave-in conditioner. Then I'll take about 2 to 5 drops of marula oil, depending on how much hair I'm working with. I warm it between my hands and lightly smooth it through my hair, paying special attention to the ends. I don't need my hair soaking in oil. If my hair is already styled but my ends are feeling dry, I'll use even less, maybe 1 or 2 drops. I'll rub it between my fingertips and lightly work it into my ends. That's it. Now for my granddaughter, I love to use it as a pre-shampoo treatment. Yes, before shampooing, I will distribute the oil through her hair, concentrating on those areas that tend to feel the driest, and I'll even rub it into her scalp. Then I'll apply a conditioner to it. I'll let this sit about 20 to 30 minutes before shampooing. shampooing. And man, does it make her curly locks rock, I tell you. Now, I like to do about the same for myself. Here's another method to boost my deep conditioner. See, I love a good deep conditioning treatment. I can take my regular conditioner and add a few drops of marula oil to the amount I'm using for that treatment, and then I'll apply it to my hair as usual. This is an easy way for me to add a little extra richness to my conditioning routine. Now, if you're wearing protective styles like twist, braids, or another protective style, you can use a small amount on your hair and especially on the ends when they need it. Again, don't saturate the hair. Just give it a little extra conditioning. And I had already mentioned about putting this oil on my granddaughter's scalp. Mine as well. Yes, you can definitely put it on the scalp if your scalp tolerates oil well. I use a few drops and gently massage it into my scalp, but more is not necessarily better. If you're dealing with dandruff or irritated scalp or a lot of buildup, be careful about constantly coating the scalp in oil. And if you're experiencing persistent itching, flaking, sores, or unexplained hair loss, that's something I'd recommend that you discuss with a dermatologist than to try to fix by piling more oil on the scalp. I think marula oil may be especially appealing if your hair is dry, brittle, frizzy, curly, textured, chemically treated, heat styled, or if your ends simply need some extra love. But if you have very fine hair or your hair gets weighed down easily, start small. 1 or 2 drops may be all you need. So if I wanted to keep this really simple, here's what I would do. Step 1, start with clean or freshly refreshed hair. Step 2, apply a leave-in conditioner. Step 3, I'll put a couple of drops of marula oil in my hands. Step 4, rub my palms together. Step 5, smooth it over the mid-lengths and ends. Step 6, give those ends a little extra attention. And then I'm done. I don't need 15 products. I don't need my hair dripping in oil. Sometimes keeping it simple is the best thing I can do. So beautiful babes, yes, marula oil is wonderful in a skincare routine, but don't forget about the hair. For me, the biggest reason to incorporate marula oil into a hair care routine is to help keep my hair feeling soft, smooth, shiny, and conditioned while protecting those dry, fragile ends. And remember what I said earlier? I don't call marula oil a miracle hair growth oil. I call it a hair retention helper because healthy looking length isn't only about how much hair I grow. It's also about how much hair I can keep. And if I can reduce dryness and breakage and hold on to my ends, that's a win for me. If you've ever used marula oil in your hair, tell me about your experience down in the comments. And if you want me to keep breaking down different natural oils and show you how I use them for hair and skin, make sure you like this video, subscribe, and turn on your notifications. Until next time, beautiful babes, take care of your hair, take care of your skin, and most importantly, take care of you. Bye, beautiful babes.